Coming up on this episode.
That's amazing.
Is it good? My kids are coming this summer and we're putting up 2 sheds for them so that they have a place to sleep, and we're going to put these little pathway lights in front of each of their sheds. You're building buildings now, just all over the place.
I am.
Oh, is that it?
Putting the rim joist on.
Look at that.
Fixing the deck, and we've got a dead inverter that we need to have replaced, unfortunately. So, just working on getting that done. The second inverter arrived DOA, which means it was a factory defect.
This is the second one like that.
Third.
Somehow I don't have confidence in this system.
I don't blame you. Because it's always one thing after another.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but we'll get it done.
I know.
We'll get it sorted out, honey.
Yeah.
And this one, you can parallel 16 of these things together, which will give us 400 amps of power, which is fantastic. That's more than enough than we'll ever need on the island.
And do we have the panels to support it and the batteries though?
We have the batteries and the panels to support it, yeah.
So we're doing our daily check. We come in and we do the watering at night. And Ryan's put in this little watering system, which in the end, actually, he doesn't think is going to work. But we were kind of desperate, and look at our pumpkin. I can't believe that. That's unreal. This is our surprise patch. We happen to know now that these are going to be radishes because Opal came and uprooted these like 4 or 5 times. So the beets just are not going to make it there. And this is a bit haphazard, honestly, this year. This bin's full of potatoes. And when we start seeing them come up, we'll fill it up the rest of the way. So these are our cucumbers and our peas, which now we've got a rock for them to be able to climb. So that's going to be really good. This is a healthy tomato that I transplanted that looks just wonderful now. And this guy is really going great guns. That's how you pollinate if they aren't self-pollinators. And these are our peppers, which I just think we have a really big amount of flowers coming that will turn into peppers. So that's really great. This guy doesn't look as healthy, but I think in the end it will be fine. And that's another little tiny one, but strangely enough, it actually has little tiny tomatoes coming. Our grapes are just going just unreal. And this is our zucchini, which is already making little zucchinis. I think I'm going to have to plant another 1 or 2 of those. This. Our raspberries coming. More raspberries there. Oh. Our blueberries. All 6 of them. This here. Our onions are looking so healthy back there. And my broken raspberry that I thought was completely gone is rejuvenating in a beautiful way. I'm so thrilled. Our strawberry. Look at that. Our very first strawberry. Let's pick that. I'm going to give it to Ryan. He gets to eat our first fruit. First Bird Island fruit. Oh my goodness. That was the broken raspberry. And I'm wondering if it somehow roots again. I'm going to plant that. The grapes are just going and going, and I have to plant them. I fear we're going to lose them. Anyways, that's our little bird feeder. Ryan, I have a surprise for you.
What is it? Whoa. Can I eat it?
You can.
That's amazing.
Is it good?
Oh, the flavor. Try it. Try it. Oh.
You go ahead first.
Oh, man.
I like sharing. What do you think? I can smell it from here.
Oh, it's unreal.
Is it?
Yeah. What a difference. It's so bold.
Oh, a lovely flavor profile.
Super amazing flavor profile, honey.
Oh, that's exciting.
It is. You're not kidding.
Thought we're looking nice.
This deck of ours has been a long time coming, and it's finally approaching the finish line. It will be so nice to add a little rattan lounge set to this outdoor living space. And the best part, we will soon be able to eat and stretch out in relative comfort. I can't wait.
That's how it's done, babe.
You have a special little thing that you're doing here?
My little spacers.
I thought so.
So when the wood's straight, these actually help.
No, I meant here.
Oh. That board I had here, but it ended up at the same cut as that one. I don't want two the same.
I see, yeah. So did you devise that nail thing yourself, or?
No, I just saw that it would be useful. It's a foam nail to nail foam onto the
I
side
see.
of the nail. What most people do is they take a normal nail and they hammer it into here, right? But it's easy to just drop these in like this.
Yeah.
And then this stops them from falling, right? So that's why I'm doing that. And I have my fancy tool belt on.
Oh, well, that's good. Look at what a nice belt that is. And that makes so much sense, doesn't it, to have one?
Yes, it does.
No, doesn't it, though?
Yes, it does.
I mean, it's such a good idea.
Yes, it is.
I'm so glad I bought it for you.
I'm so glad too.
It almost looks like those are just hanging off those nails. That's a neat look for those lights.
Today is a good day. And although it still bothers me when things don't go as well as I want them to, I am resolved, as a friend of mine once told me, to not sweat the petty stuff. And he's right. There are much more important things in life to worry about than warped deck boards.
That'll just fit. Except fit. Maybe it'll fit better that way.
Bit of maneuvering.
Always maneuvering. When the wood's straight, it makes a beautiful product, right?
Sure does. And when it's not, it makes a frustrated
daddy. Makes a very frustrated daddy. Could you please pass me my drill from the saw?
Sure. Helping, I like to help. Oh. She's right out of it.
The wood splits.
Oh boy. Every time you have a connection, you have to do that?
Every time you have one that lands on a joist.
On a joist. Okay.
And you also have to use a longer screw, which I'm out of.
Careful, honey.
I've got 2 sizes of screws in my pouch. Yeah. You're wonderful. You know that?
Honey, you're wonderful.
Yay, me! I'm the wonderful kind. I like being the wonderful kind.
Just taking his little lunch out to him. He works so hard. Here's an update on how the deck's doing.
So here we have a situation where the margins are not all the same because the boards are bent. The boards are warped like this. If you look at my hand, they curve like this. They're bowed. Sometimes they're twisted. and it makes it difficult. But if you have a clamp, you can get these clamps anywhere. Typical pistol clamp. But if you notice, the end of these clamps can be spun around like this. See the difference? So now instead of squeezing, it can force stuff apart like that. And why is that a good thing? Because if you want to bring this margin here closer to this piece so that it's more in line with the rest, all you do is fasten something that the clamp can come against, squeeze it, and it brings it over. See that?
Wow.
And now that it's over, we can easily secure it. The other thing you have to do when you're doing decking, whenever your deck falls on a joist, you want to pre-drill it. Because if you don't, and you drive a screw in, the wood will split. But if you pre-drill it, 9 times out of 10, the wood will not split. Still a chance that it might, but more often than not, it won't. See? Didn't split. And this one here. See? Perfect. No split. And that's that. And so I got a same sort of issue over here. See
Oh
that?
wow, that's quite a difference here.
Yeah. And that's because, again, the wood is bowed. So I want to close that gap. So to do that, I put a stay here. Bring in my clamp. See that?
Yeah,
Brings it over nicely, doesn't it?
sure does.
So now the margin, you look at this margin, it's all nice and even.
Yeah, all the way along. Really nice.
It's as good as it can be. It's not perfect, but it's sure is a lot better. So now, first thing you want to do is take some pressure off the clamp by securing the board adjacent to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go back and do these ones.
Well, that works nicely.
Yeah, and then I'll pre-drill this. I have to do a bit of an angle because I don't want to be too close to the end. The more meat you have here, less chance of it splitting. If I was to put the hole right at the end, I guarantee you it would split.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, guess what I just got? My kids are coming this summer, and we're putting up 2 sheds for them so that they have a place to sleep, and we're going to put these little pathway lights in front of each of their sheds. I think they're going to be so pretty, weather resistant, and they'll just illuminate the path. Not in a big way, but they'll just have pretty designs. So I'm going to go and put these out in the sun, and then we'll see what they look like later on. So you thought you might not have enough boards.
Still might not, but it's going to be close. 31. That's wider. Oh dear. It's a wider one.
Uh-oh, we're coming down to the final bits and pieces here. It's going to be really tight in terms of usable material.
I don't see enough wood here.
I do.
Well, this is all split here, you see.
You just cut off the ends.
That's split there. These ones I'm going to rip to the front. Maybe I'll use this one
Yeah.
and rip it.
What does the green on it mean, I wonder? Some kind of treatment.
It could be just leftover treatment, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I sure like having a deck.
Yeah, all those people will have a deck. It might be short a board or two, but I've got a couple of pieces in the back that I was going to take back.
Oh.
I should be able to scavenge the rest of them.
Do you need help, miss? Do you need help? Do you need help, honey? Oh, you did love it so much. Oh. Oh, she's so tired. See how these turn out. I don't think I had to do anything to get these to work. Oh, I don't know. It says on and off. Hmm. I think they need a lot more time in the sun, maybe. Oh, is that it?
Putting the rim joist on.
Look at that.
And then we'll put the last board on.
So I guess you managed to get enough boards, eh?
Had to go rob some.
I think you pulled another one out of the hat. And we've got another set of stairs for the other side too.
We do.
That'll be so nice to just sit on either side of the stairs too if you want, you know?
Yeah. So, kind of a mangled piece. There. Get rid of that broken piece. Drop it here, that's broken. That's it. We're down to our last 3 pieces.
Well, there's that small piece sitting up there that you could use a bit of. No, I don't think you'll need it, but you could if you needed it. Because I was pretty sure that you'd have enough. I mean, there's a fair bit of waste there too.
Cutting of all bits.
Yeah,
Look at that's broken.
I see that. Yeah. Can you throw some glue in that crack and then clamp it shut? Would that help or no?
It might actually.
Just an idea. Huh?
Why don't we do that?
Sure.
Put a bit of glue in there.
That's a good idea. There we go. Nice. And you just slither it in. Do you want me to get you a rubber glove?
Oh, excuse my finger.
Looks good.
This is all the way along through.
I see that. Will that be okay, or you need to let it dry?
Well, I'm going to clamp it.
Whoa.
I want to get that cut off. I have a knife sharpening set from Knife Planet. It's not an affiliation or anything, it's something we bought on our own. And what I'm doing is sharpening the blades for Alvin. Because these blades are a bit dull. And look at this one, it's like got all kinds of dents and stuff in it. So I'm going to try to chew it up.
You're going to try and chew it up.
True it up.
So you're going to try and fix it?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a nice little knife sharpener. I could have sworn I got that for my present.
Believe it or not, this seemed like a good idea at the time. And then I talked to someone who knows a thing or two about precision cutting knives.
Where's the instructions and stuff for it?
Right there.
And what are all these pieces for?
Well, this is a honer if you've got a chisel blade, but this is way too wide for it.
Okay.
This is a truing stone, which will true these back up.
Neat.
This is a platform to put this in if you want to.
No, that's interesting. Is it supposed to be a circular pattern or straight through?
Well, it says you can go back and forth.
Apparently, manually sharpening cutting knives in this way would become my life's work, and I would never achieve the desired results. These knives are precision components that are key to the chipper working properly. There are 2 of these knives, and you can think of them as Alvin's front teeth, and I want him to have the best set of chompers possible. To fix them correctly, they will absolutely need to be honed on proper metal milling equipment. So, the quest is on to find a machine shop that specializes in sharpening industrial cutting knives. Oh man. Well, let's look on the bright side. M for melody, perhaps?
Well, Ryan has been working on this project. This is our solar array, and it's turned into a complete building under there. Just gets bigger and bigger every time I see it. Honey,
Yeah,
you're building buildings now, just all over the place.
I am.
Man, look at that. 8 panels up on top of there.
Yeah, it's 4,400 watts. Each panel's 550 watts.
Wow.
And they're bifacials, which means that any sunlight reflecting from the back, hitting the back this way, also generates electricity.
Really?
Yeah. We have those white tarps. We're going to hang the white tarps behind them, and that way in the wintertime, it'll just blow up. There'll be so much power you won't believe it.
Really?
Yeah, looks like we need to wash them.
Yes, I think so too. I noticed a little bird present on
Bird
there.
dropped by for a visit, yeah.
Yeah.
Saw that.
So this is a whole storage facility in here.
Yeah. I'm going to put a light in here,
Yeah.
a couple of more power points so I can charge batteries and stuff.
Yeah, this can be like your workshop.
Be more like a storage shop. And I'd like to, we could make it a workshop, a small one, until the big shop shows up, right?
Yeah,
I'm thinking of a door that opens up like this.
that would be so neat. And then you could work outside. Mind you, you can always work in there too.
Well,
And that's covered. And I like the fact that that's covered in there.
yeah.
And
Then we have
then
the
there's
drive-through.
also a garage drive-through.
Yeah.
And this might be for Pepper or maybe the truck or something.
Well, it's too small for the truck, and it's, I mean, Pepper can kind of fit in there. The front of it can't, but most of them can fit in here. Yeah, I mean, we can store stuff there. Like I was thinking, anything we need out of the rain, right?
Yeah, the thing is that then everything gets locked up if we're away. We have another location where we store all of our,
Yeah, all our valuable stuff gets stored.
yeah, so this is really good for when we're here, great access. And then if we're away,
Yeah.
we have a locked storage facility on the property that we'll be using. But we do also have a really great security network on here too, which is nice because we can be driving down the road anywhere and take a look at the property, and that's always really good.
That's awesome.
I know, I love that.
Yeah.
We hear something and we're like, oh. So that's been really nice to be able to have that with our power system.
Yeah.
Anywhere we go,
Yeah.
Opal, stay away from there.
I don't think the lake will ever come this high in our lifetime, but if it does, I can always raise this structure a little higher off the ground.
I'm going to make this cut, put this one right on top of that one, then I'm done.
Okay.
I've always loved lights glowing in the dark, and I cannot wait to set these up along the pathways of our island home. These lights are more than decorative. They're a testament to our off-grid life. Every dawn, they'll quietly recharge. They'll soak up the sunlight through our long northern summer days. There isn't any wiring, no fuel, no noise, just pure, clean energy harnessed directly from the sun. That's kind of neat.
Last year was an epic year for forest fires. Record-breaking actually, and was brutal in terms of the air quality health index. Today is the first time this year that we can actually see the air we are breathing. and airborne particles from forest fires are quite harmful, which is why we're masking up today.
Hi, Annie.
Hi.
Want to come around here? I'll show you something. I'm just putting in these filler strips here. Otherwise, when we pull the plastic, it'll have this gap here. So it's just going to make it nice. And then I just have to paint this last little bit on this side, then we can put the roof on.
Oh, that's wonderful.
With so many half-finished projects around, it feels really good to actually complete something. Today, the deck was finished, and it won't be long now until the greenhouse is also done.
I just went and pre-cut all these. Be nice and sealed. The plastic can come tight around this bend here. Just like this bottom one here. Plastic's going to be tight around it, right?
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Gives us a stapling surface too.
I mentioned stapling because I will initially be trying simple plastic film as a roof covering. This stuff is surprisingly strong.
Okay, I'm just going to move the ladder to the other side. Do these filler strips and then I'll do the other gable.
And I suspect it may even survive the winter. The only issue I can see is that it might become brittle under constant UV exposure.
I got my tool belt.
Time will tell though, and should it ultimately fail, I'll put up polycarbonate panels as a longer term solution.
Just laid them all in, screw them in, and we're done.
Super.
Yeah. Pretty smoky today.
Our newly planted apple tree is already dotted with tiny green apples. Each one a little promise of sweetness.
I've done the whole back. I did some of the parts that was washed out by the rain in the front. I still have to do a little bit more in the front this way. And I have this gable and then I'm done. And then that door is getting replaced, so I'm not painting that door.
No, it looks great.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I'm going to take this plastic down so I can paint the top. See the top plate?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have to take it down all the way to that far corner.
Oh dear, really?
Yeah.
It looks kind of loose and wobbly, doesn't it, there?
Yeah, well, once I straighten it out, staple it up, it'll be good.
Look at this.
Those are bugs.
They're all bugs that have gotten caught in there. The no-see-ums, eh?
All no-see-ums.
With the nerve.
I know. I'm not shedding a tear, I'll tell you that.
Yuck. What? And they're all caught in this. Well, that's pretty nervy. Huh. Trying to get in.
So here we are. This goes down to the barge. That's the generator. These are some logs from the cabin that used to be right here. And that's the spot we're going to be building our new cabin, hopefully next year. There's our Mark 1 Land Rover, Series 1, circa 19 something. And these lights continue down to the barge. So this is where the barge sleeps. There's our little boat. It's always tied to the barge. That's the bay, just around the corner from the main cabin. Very tranquil there. It is protected from the wind, and it is always nice calm water there. Now that the water's come down, we have a little road right along the shore. So now, when we dock at night, we can see where we have to dock, which is a bonus, because before we were never able to. And what's really cool is we can take a shortcut down along the shore. So, taking a shortcut on the shore, so it's kind of like a shortcut. So in about a week, there'll be no water here to my left, and the path will be a lot wider. We'll actually be able to dry pepper on it if we wanted to, in case we had any big loads from the barge that had to go to the cabin. And here we are. We're back at the fire pit. Pretty neat, eh? I just love that. It's a couple of perimeter marker lights. There's our tiny cabin. We hope to have the siding on this year. That'll make a big difference. I'm just going to take you down here, because there's something else that's kind of cool that you might think is neat. That's the area we had our solar panels last year on the beach. And remember I said I was going to find the spot above the high water mark? Well, that's what I've done. So I've mounted them there, and I'm building a little storage facility underneath them. Melody's favorite building, the greenhouse. Just finished painting it today and finishing the structure today, so tomorrow we'll be able to put the roof on. We've got an apple and a plum tree here. We've got another apple and another plum tree around the back there. I don't know if you can see them. There, another apple, another plum tree. And that is the way up to where we're clearing land for the shop and the mill area, and eventually the geothermal greenhouse will be up there to the left. There's your sundown tour of the grounds at Bird Island. Just a wonderful place to live.
That shot of the tiny cabin at night with all the lights was so magical.
Yes, I remember the humble beginnings though, when we were sleeping in what is now our bathroom.
Oh yeah, but I felt like we were living in luxury after the tent, the hard ground, the bugs.
Good times.
Why don't you check out this next video that we chose
Just for you.